Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Mr. Olympia Derek Lunsford has gifted all of us with a full physique update at about 11 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia. I grabbed this clip from Derek's YouTube channel and I will put the link in the description below. First thoughts about this video looking at the champ. The quads look incredible. As we get closer to the Mr. Olympia, Derek is seeming to maintain the size, but we still have about 11 weeks to go. Now, to be fair, especially with Derek, the camera is at a lower angle, which is going to make the lower body look more impressive and the upper body look a little bit underwhelming. So just keep that in mind, guys. But overall, the champ is looking bigger and better at 11 weeks out, and Derek already has striated glutes. Now, the most impressive thing about this physique update for me actually was the rear lat spread pose. Derek already had a great rear lat, but as you guys will see soon, he has definitely improved on this pose a little bit more. And I'm looking forward to seeing how are the guys going to stack up at this year's Olympia from the back. Has Derek Lunsford created an even bigger gap in the back double and the rear lat, or are guys like Hottie and Samson slowly catching up? Nick Walker is already right there. But I've said before, I think this year is always going to come down to Derek and Hottie once again. And similar physiques, but such a contrast. Derek has such a young, fresh physique. Looks like he has a lot of that quote-unquote new muscle, whereas Hottie is pretty much the opposite. He has a grainy, gnarly, rugged physique. And I'm still hearing a lot of people say if Derek wants to be Hottie this year, he has to bring more detail throughout the chest and the shoulders. But to be fair, Derek beat Hottie last year, and he did not have that. I think this year is always going to be pretty exciting. I'm not sure who's going to win. Now, next up, I did want to talk about Rubiel Mosquera once again from the Dubai Pro, and credit to Milos for posting this video. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. In this video, Rubiel looks a lot more conditioned than we saw on the live stream, than we saw on the pictures, than we saw almost everywhere else. And I'll go as far as to say, Rubiel's conditioning in the lower body is better than what Andrew Jacked typically brings to a show based off this video. And this is interesting because I'm honestly confused. We thought that Nick Zilla placed fourth because he was quote unquote 2,000 weeks out from the show. But looking at this video, the glutes are in, the glutes are striated. He just isn't flexing them all the way. The hamstrings are there. I mean, the guy's conditioned. He could definitely use more separation throughout the quads and overall throughout his body, but this is nowhere near what I saw on the live stream. Rubiel looked at least 6 weeks out on that live stream versus here, he doesn't look too bad. But kind of on a bad note, Rubiel wasn't very off here, and he still finished in 4th place, which I find very interesting. But Rubiel has confirmed he will be going on to compete in the Italy Pro against Hunter Labrada. And I don't think Hunter Labrada is safe. Despite Rubiel taking 4th at this show, this guy's an absolute freak and definitely should not be counted out. And I also wanted to mention there were reports coming out that Rubiel was forced to compete by his sponsors despite being sick, but Rubiel actually said today that that was fake news and none of that is true. I'm not really sure what exactly to believe, but hearing that Rubiel's sponsor forced him to compete, I never really believed that. When you have a guy like Rubiel, I'm pretty sure you want to keep him happy, not force him to do stuff. And I promise we're going to move on from Rubiel, guys, but one more thing. I love that he came out very enthusiastic. He wanted to pose. He wanted to do a little bit of Chris Cormier, but this was an individual routine where he should have just hit the mandatories first. And second, Rubiel, you have to work on your dance moves, man. You got to be a lot smoother if you're going to come on stage and do this, but I thought it was funny at least. So now I want to switch over to some news courtesy of the Dubai Pro, some very big news. So next year's prize money will be going up to a total of $500,000. So for reference, this year the Dubai Pro gave away $220,000. Next year they're gonna more than double that, which is just insane. First prize, I'm pretty sure is gonna be at least $200,000 for men's open bodybuilding in next year's Dubai Pro. And it's going to take a couple of years to build up prestige, but it's a lot of shows taking shots at the 3rd best bodybuilding show, whether it's the Texas Pro and now the Dubai Pro. Is the 3rd best show in bodybuilding still the New York Pro / the Night of Champions? That show does have a ton of prestige, but I'm honestly very excited that there's a lot more money going around in the sport now. Just within the past 2 years, a ton of shows have upped the prize money by a very significant amount. And from this announcement by the Dubai Pro, The money is only going up year by year, so great to hear. And next, I did want to talk about the competitors list for the Tampa Pro. We aren't going to go into too much detail. We're just going to take a look at some of the names and maybe give some rough predictions. So just looking through, I'm going to say some names that jump out to me. So we have Lewis Breed. We have Tim Budisheim, who has really been doing good this year. We have Phil Clahar. We have John De La Rosa, also doing very well this year. Mohamed Fuda, and I'll let you guys know right now, that's the man to beat. Dorian Haywood, Jordan Hutchinson, and we also have Vlad and Nate Spear in the lineup, who were 4th and 2nd place at the Chicago Pro respectively. Shout out to Eric Wood as well. He's coached by Patrick Tour. This is going to be a great show, but Fuda's the guy to beat. And switching over to 212, we have a recent update from our current reigning Olympia champion, Keone Pearson. And my first impression of this update, Keone looks like basically a mini Phil Heath. This guy looks crazy. And as I've said many times before, Keone has always had the physique, even since he was natural, to be extremely competitive. The main thing was him getting the mindset. And over the past year, Keone has just been locked in and is looking good as far as him winning his 2nd title this year. But let's go ahead and wrap up today's video here with the archive of the day. You guys let me know in the comment section below, who is this legendary bodybuilder? And props if you can actually spell this guy's name properly. But as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. And if you have not done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Keone from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.